Those are the places that I like, the places where your phone doesn't work, but just enjoying the outdoors.
They looked like Britain's favorite farm family until the cameras stopped rolling.
They looked like Britain's favorite farm family until the cameras stopped rolling. Behind the scenes, fame didn't just change Amanda and Clive Owen's lives. It tore them apart. Midnight fights, jealousy, and whiskey-fueled arguments became the norm until Amanda dreaded coming home. Was their peaceful life on our Yorkshire farm just a TV illusion? Had Amanda's rise to fame become the very thing that shattered their marriage? After 3 years of silence, Amanda finally broke her silence about the divorce, and it wasn't a story fans expected. In June 2022, Amanda announced on Instagram that she and Clive had decided to separate, calling it the right choice for the future of our family. The news devastated viewers who had grown to love the mismatched couple, 21 years apart in age, who had seemed unbreakable on screen. People were shocked that a couple who had weathered literal storms couldn't survive a figurative one. Fame, Amanda later revealed, took a heavy toll. What began as a simple, shared dream became a media empire filled with books, appearances, and growing expectations. Clive took responsibility for his part in the breakdown, admitting, "I handled it terribly. I made a mess of it." His honesty won him admiration from fans who had followed their journey. Yet, many still believed there had to be more to the story, and they were right. Amanda confirmed that while they loved each other, they had never truly been a perfect match. Before she became the Yorkshire shepherdess, Amanda had very different dreams. As a teenager from Huddersfield, she longed for the catwalk, not the countryside. Her early attempts at modeling ended with floral print sweaters in knitting catalogues, not Vogue. One day, a book on hill shepherding changed everything. The harsh beauty of farm life called to her, and in 1995, at just 21, she arrived at Ravenseat Farm. There, she met 42-year-old Clive Owen, and a slow-burning romance began. They married in 2000 and built a life from scratch, raising 9 children on a rugged 2,000-acre farm high in the Yorkshire Dales. Their world was one of frostbitten mornings, muddy boots, and grit. Amanda brought life to the farm, which once felt haunted by its past. It wasn't glamorous, but it was real, and real is what made it work, until fame arrived. Amanda's presence on social media drew attention, and soon, the family was featured on ITV's The Dales, then on New Lives in the Wild with Ben Fogle, and finally on Our Yorkshire Farm in 2018. The show became one of Channel 5's biggest hits, drawing over 3 million viewers per episode. But with fame came imbalance. Amanda's career took off, social media followers, book deals, speaking gigs, while Clive remained rooted in the daily grind of the farm. The power dynamic shifted. Clive, once a family's primary provider, now watched Amanda become the public face of their life. "I felt left behind," he admitted. As Amanda juggled events and farm duties, exhaustion took its toll. Meanwhile, Clive turned to alcohol. "I resented her success," he confessed. Amanda, desperate to prove she could do it all, pushed herself harder, driving back from events at 1 a.m. to buy groceries and show her commitment. But tension at home grew unbearable. "I never knew what I was walking into," Amanda recalled. Behind the cameras, the cracks in their marriage deepened. Despite the fame and idyllic image on Our Yorkshire Farm, their real lives were unraveling. By 2021, rumors of a rocky patch began circulating. In a candid interview, they admitted the strain. "We're a normal family. Our marriage isn't perfect." That raw honesty resonated, but the truth was deeper. Their 22-year relationship was slowly falling apart. Amanda tried to hold things together, but the more Clive withdrew or lashed out, the harder she tried. He admitted he wasn't kind. Whiskey and resentment overtook him, and Amanda dreaded returning home. Their once private farm became a pressure cooker with no escape. The cameras only made things worse. They had to present a perfect front to millions while their personal lives collapsed behind the scenes. Their separation brought Amanda both relief and public scrutiny, especially amid rumors about her relationship with businessman Robert Davies, a former friend of both Amanda and Clive. Yet, despite the headlines, Amanda and Clive showed no bitterness. They remained committed to co-parenting and preserving what they had built for the sake of their 9 children. Instead of walking away entirely, they created a new path. Amanda moved into a separate farmhouse on the property with some of the children, while Clive stayed in the main house with the others. The children roamed freely between homes, maintaining routine and stability. "It's not a big story," Amanda said. "So many people are in similar situations." Clive agreed, saying, "We're still business partners, still parents together. It's the most sensible thing for everyone." Their children began carving their own futures. Raven pursued science, and Reuben ventured into television with Reuben, Life in the Dales. Their story inspired a new series, Our Farm Next Door, Amanda, Clive, and Kids, which follows a family as they renovate a nearby derelict farmhouse, not just a building project, but a symbol of rebuilding their lives and creating a legacy. Amanda's new relationship with Robert Davies brought fresh tabloid attention, but Clive remained supportive. "I was seeing other people too," he said, pointing out how differently the media treated Amanda. Through it all, their focus remained the same, their children and the land. Together, though no longer married, they continue to face the world with quiet strength and shared purpose. Amanda and Clive Owen's story isn't about a perfect marriage. It's about resilience, reinvention, and redefining family. Even in heartbreak, they've found a way to build something enduring. Like the farmhouses they restore, what they are building now may not look like the past, but it may be even stronger. They looked like Britain's favorite farm family until the cameras stopped rolling. Behind the scenes, fame didn't just change Amanda and Clive Owen's lives. It tore them apart. Midnight fights, jealousy, and whiskey-fueled argument became routine, to the point where Amanda began dreading coming home. Their peaceful countryside life, once the envy of viewers, was not what it seemed. After 3 years of silence, Amanda Owen finally revealed the truth behind her divorce from Clive, and it wasn't the story fans expected. The couple, known for their 21-year age gap and their down-to-earth charm, had long been adored by audiences. In June 2022, Amanda shared a shocking statement on Instagram. "Clive and I have sadly decided to separate. This hasn't been easy, but we both believe it's the right choice for the future of our family." The news stunned fans who had followed their journey on TV and couldn't believe that a couple who had weathered literal storms couldn't survive a metaphorical one. But fame had changed everything. When Amanda and Clive first built a life together, they did so in privacy, with shared goals and deep respect. But as television crews, book deals, and public appearances took over, the intimacy they once had began to erode. In a rare interview, Clive openly took the blame for the breakdown. "I handled it terribly," he admitted. "It was a huge change, and I made a mess of it. My mental health was affected too." His blunt honesty earned him respect from viewers, but many couldn't accept that fame alone had caused their split. There had to be more. And there was. Amanda, a former model from Huddersfield who once dreamed of gracing the covers of Vogue, had been drawn to farming after reading a book on hill shepherding. In 1995, she arrived at Ravenseat Farm and met Clive, then 42. Despite their differences, something clicked. What began as work turned into friendship, then into love. By 2000, they were married. Amanda left behind her modeling ambitions and embraced life on the wild, windswept Yorkshire Dales with Clive, a man who didn't care for candlelit dinners or romantic gestures. Life at Ravenseat was grueling but rewarding. Isolated, unforgiving, and breathtaking, the farm stretched across 2,000 acres and demanded relentless labor. Together, Amanda and Clive raised 9 children and nearly 1,000 sheep. It was a world built on grit, instinct, and love, not glamour. Amanda started selling cream teas to passing hikers, and something unexpected happened. Her connection with strangers, her warmth, and her authenticity drew people in. She had a gift, not just for farming, but for storytelling. It all began with a simple Twitter account. But Amanda's honest, no-frills posts about rural life quickly gained traction. TV producers took notice, and in 2011, the Owens appeared on the Dales. In 2015, they featured in New Lives in the Wild UK, and by 2018, Channel 5 offered them their own show, Our Yorkshire Farm. It was an instant hit, drawing over 3 million viewers per episode. But with the show's success came pressure. Amanda's social media exploded. Book deals and speaking engagements rolled in, and she became the public face of the farm. Clive, meanwhile, felt left behind. As Amanda's media career soared, the balance in their marriage shifted. Clive, once a family's main provider, watched as Amanda's success overshadowed him. I resented it, he admitted. He grew bitter, and Amanda, desperate to prove a commitment, tried to do it all, often shopping for the family at 1 a.m. after long events. Exhausted, she pushed through, but Clive turned to alcohol. I was drinking a lot, he confessed. Tension filled their home. Amanda described coming back to a farm in disarray, uncertain if she'd be met with silence or fight. Their idyllic life, now public through our Yorkshire farm, masked a deepening fracture. In 2021, rumors spread that the Owens were going through a rocky patch. In a candid interview with OK magazine, they acknowledged the pressures. "We've never claimed our marriage is perfect," Amanda said, but the reality was more serious. Their shared dream, the farm, had become a source of division. Clive was buried in daily chores while Amanda juggled media obligations and family duties. "The more Clive shut me out, the more I tried to prove I was still Owen," Amanda revealed. Yet every effort seemed to widen the gap. At home, Amanda walked on eggshells. "I never knew what I was walking into," she recalled. The sanctuary she once loved had become a battleground. Clive acknowledged his failings. "I wasn't kind to Amanda," he said. "My insecurity about her success ate at me." Amanda spoke of returning from events to find Clive drunk and angry. With no neighbors for miles and constant camera crews, the couple was trapped in a toxic cycle. And though the cameras captured a loving family, behind the scenes, their marriage was unraveling. Despite everything, the breakup was marked by a surprising lack of bitterness. Amanda and Clive were determined to remain civil for the sake of their 9 children and the farm they'd built. "This hasn't been easy," Amanda said, "but we both believe it's the right choice for the future of our family." Their separation didn't mean a clean break. It was the beginning of a new kind of partnership. Amanda moved into a separate farmhouse on the property, taking some of the children, while Clive stayed in the main house with the others. This arrangement allowed the kids to move freely between homes and preserve their sense of normalcy. "This is what we have to do," Amanda explained. Clive added, "We're still business partners, still parents together. It's crazy, but it's the most sensible thing for everyone." The children thrived. Raven pursued a career in science, while Reuben channeled his passion for mechanics into his own TV show, Reuben, Life in the Dales. Their co-parenting model led to a new series, Our Farm Next Door, Amanda, Clive, and kids, following their renovation of a nearby derelict farmhouse, an effort not just to restore a building, but to build a legacy. Still, post-divorce life brought challenges. Amanda's relationship with businessman Robert Davies became tabloid fodder, though Clive openly supported her, even joking that Robert was a good match. The media, however, didn't extend the same grace to Amanda, scrutinizing her every move. Clive pointed out, "I was seeing other people too, but no one followed me around with cameras." Despite the noise, Amanda and Clive remained focused on their children and the farm. Clive's deep farming knowledge balanced Amanda's media savvy. Together, they navigated rural life, parenting, and fame with grace, even after a marriage that didn't last. As Amanda said, "We take life as it comes." Their new chapter may not be the one they imagined when they first met at that quiet farm gate in 1995, but it's one rooted in strength, resilience, and the same raw honesty that first drew people to them. Like the farmhouse they are renovating, their family may look different now, but it might just be stronger than ever. The power dynamic in Amanda and Clive Owen's marriage began to shift dramatically as fame took hold of their once quiet lives. Clive, who had always been the steady, quiet backbone of their family, started to feel left behind. He never anticipated that their modest farm life would become a national spectacle. "I didn't expect the show to get this big," he admitted, acknowledging how much of Amanda's time was now devoted to promoting their media success. What had once been a balanced partnership rooted in shared responsibilities was now unraveling. Clive, once a primary breadwinner, found himself sidelined as Amanda's growing media presence brought in a steady stream of income. Watching her dress up for events and mingle with people outside their farm life, he confessed, "I resented it. I resented her success, and resentment is a dangerous thing." As Amanda struggled to juggle media commitments with her farm duties, she pushed herself to prove she could manage it all. She would drive home from 5-hour speaking events and still stop to do the family shopping at 1 a.m., I was exhausted, Amanda said, but I wanted to show him I could do it all. Meanwhile, Clive's frustration turned inward, finding an outlet in alcohol. I was drinking a lot, he confessed. His anger simmered quietly, but it seeped into their home. Amanda began to dread coming back, never sure if she would be met with silence or storm. The silence was deafening, she recalled. I could feel the anger simmering. As the show Our Yorkshire Farm portrayed a charming, rustic family life to millions, behind the scenes, cracks were widening. What was once a solid, private marriage began splintering under the pressure of fame. For their children, the quiet, protected world they had known was now being broadcast into households across the country. By 2021, rumors were circulating. The Owens were going through a rocky patch. Though they acknowledged it publicly, saying they were just a normal family with ups and downs, the scrutiny only added more pressure. Every move they made was analyzed, every tension magnified. What fans didn't realize was that the so-called rocky patch wasn't a brief phase. It was a slow unraveling of a 22-year marriage. Behind closed doors, the tension had become unbearable. What once felt like a partnership had deteriorated into a cycle of frustration, avoidance, and emotional disconnect. Their shared dream, the farm, became a growing source of division. As Amanda's public profile soared, Clive buried himself deeper in farm responsibilities. Amanda later revealed that the more Clive pushed her away or criticized her, the more she tried to prove her loyalty. She'd make nighttime supermarket trips, juggle media interviews, and still show up for the family. But no matter what she did, it never seemed to be enough. At home, the anxiety was constant. I never knew what I was walking into, Amanda said. Her one safe haven had turned into a battlefield. Clive eventually admitted his role in their breakdown. I wasn't proud of my actions, he said. I wasn't kind to Amanda. My insecurity about her success ate at me. Alcohol became his crutch. Amanda later described nights where she came home after long days promoting their show or signing book deals, only to find Clive drunk and the house in disarray. With no neighbors for miles and no one to turn to, the couple became trapped in a toxic cycle. Fame hadn't just exposed their life to the world. It magnified their struggles, making it harder than ever to find a way out. Despite the emotional toll of filming while their marriage quietly crumbled behind the scenes, Amanda and Clive Owen showed remarkable strength by setting their personal issues aside to present a united front for the cameras. For Amanda, the separation brought a sense of relief, but it also ushered in a wave of public scrutiny. As a more visible partner, she bore the brunt of the media spotlight, especially when rumors swirled about her relationship with businessman Robert Davies, a former friend to both her and Clive. Yet, what truly stood out in their story was the absence of bitterness. Both Amanda and Clive were committed to remaining civil, for the sake of their children and the farm they had built together. This hasn't been easy, Amanda said, but we both believe it's the right choice for the future of our family. Unlike most couples who part ways after a long marriage, Amanda and Clive's 2022 separation wasn't the end of their journey. It was the beginning of a new kind of partnership. We're still husband and wife, but we're separate, Amanda shared quietly on their new show, revealing the complex realities of their lives post-split. Living apart on the same property, Amanda moved into a separate farmhouse with some of the children, while Clive remained in the main house with the others. This unique arrangement allowed their children to maintain a sense of normalcy, roaming freely between homes and preserving their routines. It's not a big story, Amanda said with calm resolve. So many people are in similar situations. Clive echoed her practical approach, acknowledging, "We've had a strange few years, but we're still business partners, still parents together. It's crazy, but it's the most sensible thing for everyone." The arrangement not only provided their children with stability, but also gave them space to thrive. Their eldest daughter, Raven, pursued her passion for science, while their son Reuben transformed his love for mechanics and farming into a television opportunity with his own spin-off show, Reuben, Life in the Dales. The family's dedication to co-parenting during such a difficult time resonated with fans and led to the launch of Our Farm Door, Amanda, Clive, and Kids, a 10-part series documenting their renovation of a derelict farmhouse near Raven Seat. More than just a renovation project, it became a symbol of rebuilding, not just walls, but a future, a legacy, and a new kind of unity. Amanda noted that this type of arrangement, where separated parents continue to work together for their children, is more common than people think. But that didn't mean the road was without challenges. Amanda's relationship with Robert Davies continued to attract relentless tabloid attention, despite Clive's support. He even admitted to suggesting Robert as a good match for Amanda. "I was seeing other people too," Clive said, "but no one followed me around with cameras." The media's double standard added pressure, but both Amanda and Clive remained focused on what truly mattered, their children and the life they had built. Even after the end of their romantic relationship, Amanda and Clive succeeded in rebuilding something new from the remains of the past. Clive's deep-rooted knowledge of farming paired with Amanda's growing business savvy created a balanced dynamic that allowed them to keep pushing forward. Like the farmhouse they are restoring, they've begun laying a new foundation, one that, though different from what they had imagined, may be even stronger than before. "We take life as it comes," Amanda said, her quiet determination unwavering. Together, they continue facing life's challenges, raising their children, and writing a new chapter, one that, in many ways, is even more inspiring than the last.